guys, and welcome to my 15 and 16 week pregnancy update. If I look like a little bit of a hot mess, I am. We are potty training my son, and I haven't showered in a few days, and I've been cleaning up lots of pee, but he's actually really doing awesome, and I'm not going to talk about potty training here. That's not why you're here. I am going to do a separate series on how potty training goes for us. It's only been 5 days, so I want to have a few more days of perspective before I film any videos. So let's get into my update. As far as baby goes, for the last couple weeks, my app said the baby was the size of an action figure, which I thought was kind of a cop-out because action figures can be all sorts of different sizes. I mean, you can have tiny ones that are action figures or huge ones that are still action figures, but it's 4.5 inches is the size. So like, if you're going by the fruits, it would be an avocado this week, which 4.5 inches seems like a really big avocado to me, but that's why I haven't been using the fruits. So yeah, baby's 4.5 inches and 3.5 ounces, and baby's senses are getting better and better all the time, including hearing. We're actually getting to the point now where they might start to be able to hear some things, which is really exciting, especially since Matt and I love music so much, and that's such a huge part of our lives. I remember when Lincoln was born, Matt had been singing "You'll Be in My Heart" from Tarzan quite a bit the last few weeks of my pregnancy. And after Lincoln was born and he was crying, like babies are supposed to do, Matt started singing "You'll Be in My Heart," and just like instantly Lincoln stopped crying, and that was probably one of the most powerful moments of my whole labor and birth experience. So we'll probably have something similar this time that's like a special song for this baby. Also for the baby, the lanugo, which is like their body hair that they have before they're born, covers most of their body at this point. When Lincoln was born, he didn't have any of that left, especially since he was 10 days late. But who knows, maybe this baby will have some left when they're born. That would be interesting. As far as mama, I have had pretty big increased appetite and thirst this week. Feeling more hungry, especially at night after we've eaten a good dinner, I'll still be hungry. It seems to happen the most for me at night, not so much during the day. I'm not really falling into a lot of snacking like I think I did with Lincoln. I think it's more just at nighttime I'm still hungry after the day is over. Okay, there's those pregnancy burps. They actually haven't been as bad. I wasn't even going to mention them, but I guess now I will. They haven't been as bad with this baby as they were with Lincoln. With Lincoln, it was absurd. With this baby, it was only bad for those couple weeks that I mentioned it in my pregnancy update. This baby, the burps have really not been too bad at all, but I have started having heartburn when I'm laying down, mostly when I'm laying on my right side. That's totally normal. Heartburn's usually better when you're on your left side. So that didn't start with Lincoln until much, much later in the process. Like, I think I was in my 3rd trimester, or at least late in my 2nd trimester by the time I started having heartburn. So for it to be happening early in my 2nd trimester is surprising to me. Acne has also continued to be awful these past couple weeks, and it just seems like no matter what I do, more acne is popping up all the time, and it's pretty frustrating. But I think I did find a good zit zapper that's helping once they come up to help them go away faster, so that's been helpful, but still having them crop up all the time. Just in the last couple days, I already started leaking some milk, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I thought I was gonna have more time without this, because I just weaned Lincoln about 4 months ago, and similar situation as with heartburn, that's not something that happened with him until more like my 3rd trimester. And I mean, I had pretty big oversupply issues with Lincoln, and it's pretty common for you to get milk or colostrum earlier the 2nd time, but still, I was like, people, I'm not even halfway done. Can I please have a little bit more time without milk leaking? But yeah, that's starting to happen. I did have a midwife appointment this week, but it was super simple, just in and out, check the baby's heart rate. She did ask if I have any questions, but I really don't, especially since she's not going to be the provider I see for my birth since we're moving, which is a good segue into talking about that I checked out the hospitals in the area that we will be living in. It's hard because I haven't even completely decided what kind of birth I want to go for this time. With Lincoln, you can check out his birth story. We were attempting a home birth with Lincoln, and we ended up in the hospital, and I ended up being totally happy with the birth that I had, even though we did end up with a lot of interventions. So since that happened and I was still happy with my birth, I'm not sure that I completely want to go for the natural route, but I also want to be somewhere that isn't just immediately going to go for all these interventions. So it was kind of hard to tell just from the hospital websites what their real philosophy was, because what they advertise on their website of, oh, we'll go with your birth plan, not necessarily going to actually be true. But I did find one that stood out from the others because they actually have midwives on staff there and the other ones didn't. So I think that's the one I'm going to go for. It's going to be about half an hour away from where we're living, but I don't think that's too bad. I want to labor at home for quite a while anyway, so we just might end up leaving a little bit earlier than I would normally go to the hospital, assuming I actually go into labor at home this time, which would be great. I also applied for Medicaid in Missouri because my midwife visits and blood work and such has been a higher cost than we were anticipating, even with my health insurance plan. So I did apply for Medicaid for myself, even though I'll only be here for a couple more months. My anatomy scan, we scheduled it! Yay! It's September 27th, so that's the day we will find out the sex of this baby. We will be doing a gender reveal video, but it'll probably be a few days after that so we can tell our families and film it and stuff. So that'll be really exciting. I have had 2 dreams that it's a boy and 1 dream that it's a girl. So we'll see if I'm right. If you have any other old wives' tales that you would like us to test, let me know in the comments down below, because we would love to do an old wives' tale video of like, this old wives' tale says it's going to be a boy and this one says it's going to be a girl, and see what the tally is and see which ones were right and which ones were wrong. So if you have any ideas for that, please be sure to let us know. Okay, and I think that's all the actual update things, so let's take a look at the bump. Here's the bump with my shirt down. And if I fold down my shorts, here's the bump. Tattoo still looking good, I think. And with that, we're done with this update. Thank you so much for watching another one, guys. If this is your first update of mine that you're watching, be sure to check out my other updates linked up here. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!